Alright, big disclaimer. If you are someone that gets very tempted very easily and you don't have the funds or the units for the Heart of Fire event, please click off of this video. I do not want to be responsible for you going into debt because you saw this video and got tempted by 7-star Nick Fury. Your viewing stops now. Just like exit the video, leave a like if you want, but this video is for people that can, watch this without being tempted, and for people that plan on investing into like 7-star Nick Fury already, and they just want like an early look at what this guy does. So yeah, 7-star Nick Fury, now that the disclaimer is finished, he's here, and that is crazy to say, man. Like, that is absolutely crazy to say, because I feel like just 2 months ago we were like, yeah, who are the 6 stars that will never be a 7-star? Oh yeah, Nick Fury, 100%. He's just way too good to be a 7-star character. And it's for like plenty of reasons. So let's talk about the beginning of Nick Fury. And I feel like Nick Fury in general is a bit of a journeyman when it comes to his career in MCOC. At the start, he was regarded as like one of the best attackers in the game. He made a massive impact immediately, and he was just such a must-have champion. And it honestly went only up from there, because after that, it was like the 4 horsemen of the abyss. He was one of them. He just had a ton of value on attack for such a long time, and then that kind of stopped a little bit. But then Battlegrounds happened, and placing a defender that has 2 lives, that's pretty crazy, and that's exactly what Nick Fury was. So for that reason, he was the king of Battlegrounds defense for such a long time, mainly when 6 stars were still relevant in the higher end of competitive modes. Now that's not the case. Now, any like 7-star rank 3 mutant that's like serviceable, like that's just like even decent at best, can probably take Nick Fury in a decent time. So yeah, he's kind of just fallen off completely on defense because he's just a 6-star, right? Like, I have the stats right here. Let's see, let's go to 6-star. Let's go to rank 5. Like, he doesn't have a lot of health. He doesn't have a ton of health as a 6-star character. But what if we turned him into a 7-star? Let's check the stats. 7-star rank 4 Nick Fury has 98,000 health. Then you multiply it by the Battlegrounds nodes and the fact that he has 2 lives, and yeah, those 7-star rank 3 mutants won't be as impactful, right? Because you pretty much need a direct counter to Nick Fury now once he's at the rank 4 level. And even at the rank 3 level, it is a massive increase. Now, we have some gameplay of First Life Nick Fury here. Of course, he is a very solid champion all around. He has access to an evade and miss counter once he's at 5 or more tactical charges, like right here for example. He also has access to Purify on any heavy attack, and that's pretty much the majority of First Life Nick Fury's utility, because First Life Nick Fury isn't crazy. He's not bad. He's not bad by any means, right? I think he's a pretty solid, I wouldn't say mid-tier, because I think he's above the mid-tier for sure. I think he's just like a pretty good attacker, right? Because he has access to very easy Purify. He has access to that evade. It does take a bit to ramp up, obviously. It's like 2 SP1s, and even then it's not like a long time. So I would say that like his main utility is just the Purify in his First Life, but also the bleed damage, obviously, and like his damage output is fine. Like 30 something seconds right there, that's not bad in the slightest. Like, he can do fights just fine as a rank 3 7-star in his First Life. But of course, the real pizzazz is with the Second Life Nick Fury, the main man himself, because once he's, the actual Nick Fury, oh my god, that is the one that made headlines. That is the one that has been such a powerhouse for like 6+ years now, dude. He's a bit up there in age when it comes to shelf life on MCOC, but he's still very good. And I think that the only reason he wasn't relevant is because he was a 6-star champion. So that's the case with like a lot of characters, I feel like, where if they were a 7-star, they would still be very good to this day. And like, I'm talking about 6-star champions that just don't see much use anymore. For example, like Stealth Suit Spider-Man, I don't see him used all too much these days. But if he was a 7-star, dude, he'd be incredible. And by the way, that takedown was incredible. He had that Purify on lock all the time. It's very reliable. It's a very good Purify, and I think that it is his best utility piece when he's in his first life, because once you're in that second life, it's like, okay, hold on, hold on, he's doing a lot more, a lot more. And I'm not talking about just damage, I'm talking about utility as well, because he then has access to permanent tactical charges, and he gets those charges so much easier. So yeah, I think that while this is like not bad at all, like what the first life Nick Fury is doing, I think y'all are all waiting for the second life, which is after this fight. But I still have to showcase what the first life Nick Fury does, because this is a Nick Fury that you're gonna get in like Battlegrounds attack, where you have to use the first life Nick Fury, because if you don't, then you're gonna use a 30% health Nick Fury, which is not good for Battleground scoring if you didn't know, because yeah, health matters in Battlegrounds, and having 30% just won't cut it. But like right there, this Red Skull, very good option, because he can just like pierce his armor with the bleeds. And yeah, dude, like 50 something seconds, not bad at all for like first life Nick Fury. Now let's see second life Nick Fury, man. The real Nick Fury has stood up, and here he goes. 8,000 bleed ticks, man. Per half second. That is something, all right. And then, oh my god, dude, yeah, This is an 18-second fight. I just want to let y'all know. So yeah, all right, let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about this Nick Fury. So the first life one, pretty good, right? Fine DPS, utility not always there, but he can do enough for you on Battlegrounds attack. The second life Nick Fury is one of the like most broken champions in this game, like still to this day, because he just does so much damage. Does he require investment? Yes, he wants 5 out of 5 deep wounds, which is very expensive. Then again, it is very much worth it, because there are so many great bleed characters in this game. By the way, this Quicksilver has 1 million health, and this fight is going to be, are you ready for this? This was a 38-second fight, 1 million health, by the way. That is insane. But damage output aside, let's talk about the utility of second life Nick Fury, because with his first life, it is pretty much impossible to get anywhere past like 10 tactical charges, unless you have like the Valkyrie relic, which just like, that isn't really worth it in my opinion. It's not that like impactful, and it's honestly very stressful. Second life Nick Fury has access to all of his tactical charges. He gets 8 per SP1, so once he drops 2 SP1s, he pretty much has like all the benefits. So let's look at that. What happens once he drops that second SP1? He goes unblockable. So, alright, at 5 charges, he counters evade and miss, 2 of the like core defensive mechanics. Then at 15 plus, he counters auto block by being fully unblockable for the entire fight. That is insane, man. Rest of the fight, you are completely unblockable, which means you counter auto block. You have no need to intercept, because you have free openings, because if they're blocking, it does not matter. So yeah, Nick Fury, once he's at 15 plus charges, is absolutely broken, man, because not only that, you're still doing this type of damage output. You're doing 1 million health in a minute, which that was slower because Nick Fury has to drop 2 SP1s, and those SP1s take like what, 50 seconds each. So yeah, like that's the one thing about his fight time. It gets skewed a lot because of that SP1, but besides that, dude, oh my god, this champion is so fast. His bleed damage is insane. And here's this Mysterio fight, a bit of a throwback because it is 2019 versus 2019 champion here, and we have 1 SP1 active already, so that means we have an evade and miss counter. Now Mysterio does have access to a miss mechanic, but You couldn't even tell, because look at this, man. Just completely counters the miss. He just cannot miss whatsoever. He can't be evaded whatsoever. It's insane, dude. It is honestly insane. And this fight is done. It was like a 40-second fight, something like that. It's it's very fast, right? It's a very fast time for like 1,000,000 health. So yeah, 49 seconds, dude. Very, very good stuff. So now we have some act content here, but honestly, dude, like, this feels kind of pointless because you have seen what this man does to act content, to end game content, like Abyss of Legends back in the day. This man is a terror for Kabam because he just steamrolls anything that's in his way. Because once he's in his second life, look at the damage, man. Look at the utility. He counters 3 of the hardest defensive mechanics in the game. He counters evade, auto block, and miss. That is crazy. Like, usually champions counter 1, and we're like, yo, this man counters that 1 mechanic? He's pretty good. Like, that's awesome. But when you counter all 3, it's like, dude, what the heck, man? How is that fair? Plus this damage output, and it's like, okay, man. Like, it is balanced out by the fact that he is literally on life support every single second, but so is the opponent once he does like 2 combos. So it's kind of all balanced, you know. It's very fun. It's a fun time with Nick Fury. And yeah, here I dropped the SP1, and there's the evade just done. Like, evade failed. You're gonna see that a ton whenever you use Nick Fury because he just has one of the best evade counters in the game, because it's a passive, right? It's just like having his charges. He just passively cannot be evaded. And like, you know, that counters nodes such as True Lies. It counters nodes like the ability accuracy ones, for example, and slow. Like, it's just a passive, yo, this man, you can't evade him. Like, good luck trying. And that is the best type to have, dude. So yeah, Nick Fury, oh my god, like, this champ, I can just talk about this champion for hours. I might just do that. I'm kidding, because I have to post, I think, like, I want to get an APOC video out for sure. Let me just try to place this without making noise. I think I made noise. That's fine. But yeah, I want to make an APOC video. I want to also make an iBomb video, because the other 2 characters I don't care about, and Dark Phoenix, I'm still undecided about that. But like, here's this diss track and this like, what is it, critical interruption node with first life Nick Fury, which honestly, dude, he does just fine. Like, he is a-okay counter to this. He has access to more than 3+ debuffs, so he has a counter to this track, plus the guaranteed crits help his overall DPS. But the bleeds, man, the bleeds are pretty good. Like, what, 4,000 bleeds? That is great to see. That is very, very good damage output. However, we're going to compare it to the second life Nick Fury, and you want to guess what the result is? It's, yeah, I think you can guess who wins the matchup, obviously, but here is second life Nick Fury, the real one, the one that has stood up, if you will. This is going to be a very fast fight, so just buckle up, man. It's crazy. Get the intercept, 23,000, bro, 23,000 mediums, and that's not even like his damage output. His damage output is the bleeds that are ticking for like 9,000 every half second, bro. And yeah, like, the diss track is being a bit annoying, to be honest, but we're still doing fine. Like, right there, 15,000 crit, we have the debuffs up already, and yeah, this matchup is over. So yeah, man, oh my god, that was 29 seconds, bro. And like, now we have this Dr. Doom. I'm on life support, obviously. Like, I have what, 14% health, but the thing with Nick Fury is you're on life support, but then you put the opponent on life support just as fast. So yeah, it's quite insane, man. Like, here I go for the bleeds, and look at the bleed damage, bro. Dr. Doom, known for being incredibly tanky. What's he gonna do versus those bleeds, right? Like, he has nothing to counter that, and that's why Nick Fury honestly isn't bad for Dr. Doom. Like, this is going very, very well. There, I dropped the light attack into the relic, and yeah, man, that was a 34-second Dr. Doom fight. Crazy. And to end this video, because why not, I have the Sandman boss, just like a bonus. I'm just gonna talk about Nick Fury here while this plays out. By the way, bleed immune Sandman still doesn't matter, because look at the damage output, dude. 24,000 mediums. But as fun as it's been, like, you know, absolutely glazing this guy, if you will. We do have to talk about the fact that he does have a bit of a price tag on him, right? He does have that Heart of Fire price tag, which is honestly a lot of units to guarantee him from what I've seen. I think that the post has been like made official now, so it does cost a pretty penny to guarantee this guy from a selector, but if you get lucky, he can be relatively cheap. But then again, spend responsibly. Actually, no, because the people that I told that earlier shouldn't be here, so you know to spend responsibly at this point. You know that this champion, while it's been really fun to like talk about him, it's not the end of the world if you miss out on him, right? Because there's always the ban button. He has his cons as well, like, you know, his permanent life support to be like really powerful on attack. So yeah, he's a very cool character, right? I think on Battlegrounds defense, he's gonna be an absolute terror at rank 4, unless you have like Danny Moonstar, you know, Danny Moonstar. No, I mean, surely there's more counters out there, obviously, but I wanted to make this video to like show you what you're gonna get from an attack-based Nick Fury, and from what I've done, like what I've showed you today, like it is gonna be pretty crazy to use him for like, you know, non-competitive stuff, like, you know, just questing, you know, endgame content, like whatever is thrown this way, he can probably handle it, right? But for Battleground attack, might not be the best in the world. He will have some like decent matchups, especially in the science class, but then again, it's all about that second life juice, and he just can't really shine in either Alliance War or Alliance Quest, or no, Alliance War or Battlegrounds. Alliance Quest, he'll be just fine, obviously, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how like a 7-star rank 4 Nick Fury does on Battlegrounds attack in his first life. We don't know just yet. We'll find out very soon, obviously. But even then, defensive value is still very good. But there are counters, so it's not the end of the world. You will be fine if you don't get this character. But yeah, he's still a fun champion to play, dude. So hey, maybe if you don't get the 7-star, check out your 6-star. Maybe you'll have some fun with him. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts on Nick Fury, and yeah, that's about it for me.